Let's get this party kicked off here. Since in honor of since it's Easter today and we're recording, let's have Jesus come up with us, ladies and gentlemen, as we're.
Yup.
What is going on, losers? Welcome to Lost Losers Podcast. I am your host, Mr. John Bequette, joined once again by my beautiful bride, the tots of the show, Ms. Andrew Bequette.
Hello.
And coming at us.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
From Ashland, Kentucky, good old Jamie Fortney. What's going on, everybody?
Not much.
How is everyone going this week? Everyone good? Everyone alive?
Yeah.
Easter.
Had a easier day yesterday. Been just moving, but yesterday was nice.
Well, Jamie, we know you're moving. So it's Easter. We're recording if you weren't watching from the opening clip, if you're not watching on YouTube or Rumble or on Spotify, what's wrong with you? If you are, hit subscribe. We appreciate it. Hit the like button as well. Share with a friend. Also, if you're on Spotify or listening on Apple iTunes, please do us a favor, listen or subscribe. On top of that, also go subscribe to our Patreon. It's $5 a month. That's all we ask. But if you're all watching on that, you got to see Jesus rise and get stuck on an escalator like an asshole. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a good clip for this clip for our opening this week's podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm glad everyone's good. Jamie, you're doing better. You're moving. You're in your new spot.
Yep.
Excited.
New office space. Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. I haven't shown this on the podcast at all. Yeah.
No, you have not. You are in a new spot. You are moving up in the world. Per se, going out kind of on your own as a young man.
Yeah, to an extent.
In a relationship, you are evolving. I hope someone that we know doesn't hear that you're evolving, because that person would get mad at someone that we would know, and I'm pretty sure would wreak havoc for his life, because, well, we all have how that goes. But good for you, buddy. We're glad that you're moving up or growing up. Is it growing up? Moving up. Growing up.
Moving on up.
Moving on up. Way to go, Jefferson.
No.
To the east side. To a deluxe apartment.
It's at my girlfriend's house, and we have a little upstairs finished attic loft area, and we made it into a little living room office space.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's good. So if you're new to this wonderful podcast, we always like to kick off this podcast with our wishes of the week. And no, we're not wishing for nice things. It's the weird and interesting shit that happened to us throughout the week. So it's like our little, let's get this off of our chest and tell you that your week isn't that bad. So Jamie, kick it off this week with the wishes. What's going on, brother? What's happened? Anything cool, interesting, something strange, bad customer service again?
Just I had a Karen incident. That was kind of interesting.
Those are always great.
Yep, and I'm gonna spam her phone with porn bots or something like that. As John and I discussed.
I do. Oh yeah. So explain to everyone what happened and see if we need to justify something.
Yeah. So
real quick.
I'm moving currently, obviously, as we said, and we were packing up vehicles. We had 6 vehicles at the house and a four vehicle driveway, or a 4-vehicle driveway. And one of them had a trailer on it, so that took up an entire one side of the driveway.
Yeah. So you're moving, you have people helping you. There's cars coming in and parking your driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so next to us is an entirely open field, a completely empty lot, just grass, where a house burnt down when we first moved into the area. But we were parking over there.
This house burnt down while you when you first moved in?
Yeah.
How soon after you guys moved in?
A few months, 3 months into living here.
Interesting. Continue. I'm not suspecting anything. I'm not going to point any fingers. Just saying it's a little weird that you guys moving in a house burns down 3 months later, but continue.
They dropped a pot of oil.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a bad one. But that happened, and so we had 3 vehicles or something like that parked in this field, and probably parked over there for at most an hour at this time. And a lady comes over walking over to us and is like, "Hey guys, are you moving currently?" As we're just like, "Yeah, we're just trying to pack up. We're about to head out." And she's just like, "All right, when are you guys going to be like fully moved out?" And I was just like, "By the end of the month, that's our plan." And just was like, "Ah, whatever." And she's like, "All right, whatever. You guys can't be using this field. It's a private lot." And I already have the information that they're about to break ground on the lot to put asphalt to start building another apartment complex.
It's just an empty lot. There is
nothing there. Tire
Okay.
marks are not going to affect a fucking thing because there's about to be tread marks.
So
Right.
you guys
on
are
it.
so you guys are just parked in an empty lot out of the way, and this lady's like, "Don't park there," and you're like,
Yeah,
"Yes,"
and comes over.
You're just like,
And
"Okay,
yeah, we're
I
just like,
understand."
yeah, we're just about to leave. We just said that. And she's like, "All right." And I was saying that we're just using it because we obviously don't have enough vehicles, or we don't have enough room to put all the vehicles in our driveway, and we're not going to block the road to be assholes. And said that to her, and she's like, "Well, I own the lot, so you can't be parking here." And just started like escalating the situation for no reason, and just started getting loud with us and stuff. And I was just like, "All right then." And Josh, brother-in-law, kind of stepped in, saw that I was getting irritated with her, and he kind of de-escalated the situation a little bit. Was like, "Yeah, we're just about to leave. We told you that everything will be okay, ma'am." And she walked off and went to the apartment complex that's next to us on the other side that she owns.
Oh boy.
And gets into her car, and we're right next to the entrance of the road. And she turns left down into the neighborhood to take the long way around and everything because she doesn't want to drive past me.
Just a wave. Hi, all right,
Yeah,
we're leaving.
I was just gonna be like,
See
"All right,
you
whatever."
later.
And so she heads out and everything, and then I walk over to the apartments because my sister is friends with one of the tenants, and I just go up to her because she had just pulled in and was getting her kids out, and I was like, "Hey, is there any chance you have the owner's phone number?" And just was like super nonchalant about it, didn't say anything about the argument. I was just like, "Hey, do you have her phone number?" And gave it to me, and just like walked off, just so happy as can be, because I was just like, "Oh, this is gonna be fun."
So Jamie ended up with the phone number of the lady who is being
Karen.
Karen. Oh man, I missed the button. A cunt. She was being a flat out cunt for no reason. Because clearly she just common sense does not prevail, and she just wanted to be a bitch and send her authority around.
Yeah, and my point was like, if there's workers here, if there's anyone that needs to use this area, we'll move the fuck out of the way. It's not our place to be there if people are there.
Yeah, we're just trying to get out.
If it's useless and nothing's happening there, what's the point of coming and showing power and showing your nutsack to me for nothing to happen?
It's the power of the bee. You know what I mean? So basically, here's what I'm understanding. Let me make sure I got this story correctly before we pass judgment here.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie and his family are moving. They have people over, so they are trying to be better helping them move. You have ever moved? You always have people help you move. Or loading
we always
vehicles.
have truck. We always have a truck.
You always have.
We've
trucks.
never done it using just vehicles before.
Okay, when we moved, we loaded up trucks. Like we had everything staged in the garage. We had one truck back up. We loaded it. Boom. Another truck back up. Boom. Another truck back up. Boom. We were just loading trucks, and then we'd load them, pull one to the driveway, and they'd go and park up the street.
Yeah.
So you're basically parking and getting out of the way. Correct?
Yeah.
So this is what's going on. You're trying to move. You're trying to be out of the way because there's more vehicles. You're just trying to be courteous. There's an empty lot. You know the lot's just going to be bulldozed and made into a foundation to an apartment complex. So you just pull in there, right?
Yeah.
Just to be out of the way. And some lady just walks over and is like, "Hey, that's my lot. Get off there." And you're like, "I understand that, ma'am. We're just using it. We'll be gone in a few minutes. We're just packing up and leaving." and she was just like,
yeah, and then
Go fuck
ended it
yourself,
off being
and started-
like, if you're here tomorrow, I'm gonna call a tow truck, and did all that shit to end it off.
all right. So she just basically, what would you say?
Whipped
here?
her dick out
Showing
for
her
no
shit.
reason.
Yeah. So extending her twat, basically. What do you think? Should we sign her up for some spam?
If he wants to.
I think we should do it.
I think it's a good one.
I think there is. I think we need to do some research and set her up for a spamming on her phone to render that motherfucker useless.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we do. So if anybody has any ideas, I think I found one. I'm going to talk to you offline.
Yeah.
Because I want to incriminate myself. This is against the law. I'd be like, I don't know what happened. Actually, you know what?
Oh.
We're not that big, and she probably doesn't know who we is. I don't give a shit. Fuck her. So it's coming your way for being a cunt. You know why I'm extra pissed off about this? Because I have the same situation with a neighbor likes to call the cops of me.
Same thing. Yeah.
So if I would have that neighbor's phone number, I would do this as well. So let's find a really good spamming email.
And if
Fuck
she's gonna
her.
be my neighbor for 10 more days.
Not even. You're not even
Yeah.
going to be there for 10 more days. It was
So-
literally, this was the big weekend move. It was
Yeah, and exactly. I'm there for 4 hours a day at most.
you know,
right now.
Fuck
Like,
your life. Bing bong.
you know, fuck that lady. You know,
so, I think it'll be a good one.
there was no need for it.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
reason, no need for escalation. So I say, fuck this lady. We're gonna set her up. We're gonna hook her up. I think
That's between you guys. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
all it is oops. You know, let's do it, sir. Let's
Yeah.
do it. What else, brother?
Had so just the other day I got a call from my manager calling at like late as fuck at night, probably like 9 o'clock, and store's already closed, everything, and I'm just confused as fuck. But I answer, I'm like, hey, what up? What's wrong? And customer had made a complaint that apparently there was some worker with the description of either me or my manager Dakota, because it was like taller white dude with long hair and stuff like that.
Rip.
Really, I don't know.
One of two, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's me or Dakota, and
One of two.
it's this interaction this customer had where it said that one of our associates had helped this person out with a love toy, a sex toy, and
This is sounding more and more like you.
and was flirting with the husband's girlfriend and kind of insinuating that the worker wanted to use the toy on the wife and stuff.
Wait, the husband's girlfriend or on the wife? Wait. So the husband had a wife and a girlfriend there?
No, wife.
Okay,
wife.
wife.
I'm just switching between the words.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Don't do that because I'm gonna think
Yeah.
there's more than one people there, and I'm like, oh shit,
No.
let's do this.
And so saying that the worker was trying to insinuate wanting to use it on the wife, and afterwards continued following them around the store and stuff, and went up to a group of younger girls and asked them how big their nipples were.
Okay,
And-
this doesn't sound like you at all.
No.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, the story is ridiculous.
Like,
Because it was this whole fucking thing where the district manager has to take every customer complaint seriously. It's
Well,
just
yeah.
part of their
Yeah.
job. They have to report it to higher ups, yada yada
Yeah.
yada.
yeah.
And so my manager Rebecca had to sit on cameras for 6 fucking hours watching every single day with the timestamp that the customer said this happened at, and was just wasting her fucking time. Nothing ever came, like no video was similar at all, and all this stuff. And my manager Dakota just got kicked out of his band.
Oop.
And he thinks that it's his drummer that sent in a report to fuck with him.
That's not cool.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
That's
because they're an
Fuck
LLC. They can't just like kick someone out of the band without offering them a payout and
Yeah.
everything. And so I feel like that's the correct theory in this
That
situation.
sounds exactly like someone's fucking with somebody.
Oh, it is fucking ridiculous. And my manager, Rebecca, had to call the district manager and be like, look, this is a bullshit complaint. There's nothing about this that's true. Yada, yada.
Yeah.
And just wasted everyone's fucking time just because too many guys are in a bus for too many days.
Yeah, that's all that is. And do you know how many people like have done that in retail? Like people that work in retail?
Oh yeah, it's not our store where would anything would like that would happen.
There's people that do that all the time and just make work for somebody, and you don't know how much work that creates for somebody.
Exactly.
And it's not even the person that you think you're fucking with.
And Dakota had to be called like 4 times on his day off. Being at like 10 p.m. was the latest call. It had to be like called back and had a 3-way call with district manager and all this shit.
Yeah,
it was just fucking waste of time.
It's never so if they're fucking with your buddy, like they're trying to fuck with Dakota, they're not.
Yeah.
You know who they wasted time with? The district manager and the head store manager.
But that's kind of a fucked up thing to do to try to get that guy
fired
in trouble and end up losing his job.
Yes, it is a fucked up thing to do
with a child, and like you don't mess with another man's money.
Yeah, you don't. But that all that you wasted. No, you did nothing because they're going to investigate this and go, oh, this is a hoax.
Yeah. And the customer didn't leave phone number, name, has not reached back out, hasn't done anything.
If that would have been legit and that person was that pissed off, they would have been like, you need to contact me now, you know?
Yeah. Here's my lawyer's information.
Was that your ass?
No.
Okay. That's a dog fart. Damn, man. Dude, the dogs are gassing us out today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking, it is bad. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry for interrupting one of our dogs. It's just nasty.
That is not me.
Yeah, that's why I asked. All right, sorry. So that person who called
fucking dick
wasted time, because I've been the managers that had to go to do the investigations.
Yeah,
and they're you wasted 9 hours of my day, and because I had to do paperwork, all of that, sit there and watch tape for fucking hours on end. Go and make sure I have the right timestamp, cut the tape, send that in with the report that I've had to file, send that in, sit on the HR meeting.
Yeah.
All you do is waste my time. And the person you're fucking with, they're on the floor still doing their job.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking
It's all behind the scene bullshit. So congratulations. That fucking irritates me. You've been on those, haven't you?
What?
Had someone call an investigation bullshit like this, and then turn around and find out that it's bullshit, and you did all this fucking paperwork, and it's because of someone trying to fuck with somebody.
That part of it was usually through those surveys.
Yeah.
And you had to respond to the survey if they were like, well, this person didn't say hi or whatever.
Yeah. It's insane. It's stupid. Like the little surveys like corporations put out. If you put like extremely bad and call someone out on it,
they get in trouble for that shit.
They get in trouble for it, and they get their livelihood fucked with.
Yeah.
So if someone didn't say hi to you and you're a Karen or a Todd or whatever the male equivalent of a Karen Kyle, whatever it is, and you fucking, because 16-year-old pimple popper at the cashier didn't say hi to you and you want to exert some little fucking power that day because your boss yelled at you, you're now fucking with that 6-year-old kid's livelihood. Congratulations.
Not just that, but those are based on promotions.
Yeah, promotions and all that
bonuses
shit.
And
it all goes that, and people do that shit just to fuck with people.
I would have to have incredibly horrible service in order to fill one out that was like that was that bad. You know what I mean? Like if we would have got one that night for our anniversary that we went to that sushi place, I would have filled that motherfucker out like 000. Fuck you.
Yeah. Like
I don't think I've ever done a survey. I've had some asshole kid workers that like threw down trays of food and stuff like that, where after I ate and got all my food, because I wasn't going to get shit spit in my food. Mm-hmm. But like afterwards, I went up to the kid and I was just like, you got to have some fucking respect. like, yeah, I get this minimum wage job. You have to like carry yourself with respect to get further in life.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how bad this was. We went out for an anniversary to a sushi restaurant. We were the only people that were in there because it was like a early afternoon, late or early evening, late afternoon,
3 o'clock ish.
I think it was like 3:34. I think it was a little bit later than that. It was like late afternoon, that time frame. So there's hardly anybody in there. There's nobody in there actually. We ate. This dude ate, like walked up, and this is how he dropped our menus off and walked away.
Yeah.
I was so mad. Everybody who knows me has been out to a restaurant with me. I always make sure we tip at least 25%. At least 25%. I am a big advocate for tip. If it's okay service, at least 25%. If you can, you know what I mean? I'm advocate for that. For me our bill was say like $32.99. This guy brought me, I handed him a 50. He brought me like all of it back in the penny. I took all of it and didn't leave a tip and walked out.
Yeah.
And we
were gonna order more.
Yeah,
another roll or something.
No, because we're sitting on an anniversary, we're bullshitting. This dude was so irritable at us. So,
there was no one else that he had to wait on. You know what I mean? So it's not like they were fucking jam packed and we're being needy.
It's just
we were like, can we see the menu again so we could, we're gonna order another roll. He's just like.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And he's like, we're not fucking eating anymore here. And I'm like, but sushi, like.
Oh, if he would have done that to me, I would have stood up, went to the, walked to the manager.
Yeah. He's like,
I would have just been like, all right, then point me to your manager. I don't need to fucking talk to you for any more.
I was in the restaurant, and when he turned around and rolled his eyes, like, I'm like, oh, excuse me, because he came walking over there with our check. I'm like, hey man, we're gonna order a couple more things, because we were just sitting, we were sitting there.
Yeah.
I think we were going to go see a movie, or
we were, but
we were going to see some. We were
still hungry.
We were still hungry and a time to kill.
We were like, oh hey, let's split a roll or something, you know.
And I'm like, hey man, no. I'm like, we're going to order something else, and he went like this. I went, hey man, fuck that. Bring me my fucking check. And that was my attitude towards it. I went, fuck you. Hey, bring me that motherfucker. He was like, he turned around and gets he walked over like, he goes, did I do something wrong? I went, no, motherfucker, here's my money. Get my fucking change. He goes, you sure? Yeah. I mean, dude, I couldn't have been meaner and more direct at his ass.
Yeah.
And everybody, like the dude that was making the food, the chef, was sitting there, and he piped up, his head stepped up, and he stopped what he doing and went right in the kitchen. Like, he didn't want to see what was going on the floor. She was looking at me going, and I think that was like her second anniversary.
I don't know. I remember the place.
Yeah, it was like one of our very first anniversaries, and she was sitting there going, oh, I married a psychopath. Starting to, it's one of the times that you see the temper start coming out, and she was like, oh, great. Here it is. Okay, I heard rumors about you. Here it is. So, what else, brother? What else happened to you this week? Anything good?
There was another one, like right after we came to the conclusion of that, all that shit being like fake. There was another guy that just like walked in like 30 minutes after we all talked about it, and it was kind of like, all right, it's up to the district manager to tell the higher ups whatever that she wants. It's fake.
Yeah.
And a guy walks in, and I'm in the cash wrap, the little center cashier area in the Spencers, and a guy just comes walking into the middle of it pretty much, and I put my arms up and I'm like, hey, my guy, you can't be in here, you can't be past this pretty much line, can you please step back? And he kind of looked at me, like stood up at me and was like, what, you're talking to me like this?
Yeah, man,
you're that kind of face.
You're like, hey man, you're not an employee.
Yeah, and like kind of gave me that kind of face of like, why would you talk to me like that? And looked at his wife and of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's that energy of like, did he just actually say that to me? You just actually said that to me. And just like kind of looked back and forth between me and his wife. And I was just like, yeah, this is our work area. We can't have you stepping in here. And his wife even was like, yeah, he's right, honey. You went past the work area.
It says employees only there, babe.
Yeah,
you can't
like
do that. Hey,
she's so on my side and just being like, yeah, dumbass, like you got to step back. And he's was just like, oh, I'm sorry, but what did you need help with? Because he was trying to get my attention and ask me a question, but just like walked up to my face. And so I was just like, I'm sorry, but what did you need help with? And he was just like, never mind. And just fucking turned around, walked out, and was just like, fuck you guys. And like anytime that happens, I'm such a smartass about it. I just yell out like, have a great day, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, Felicia.
You know.
But like we had just finished that conversation. So as soon as it happened, I'm just like,
You're all going to hell. Goodbye.
Like, what else do you want me to do?
Fuck, I have to go tell the manager. Like, we're going through drama already. I have to go tell her about this. And I walk back and she just starts laughing at me like, I doubt it's anything. You're fine. Just leave me alone. I'm on my lunch. Fuck you.
Go, yeah, that's it. That's all you got. Well, good old customer service strikes again. Working in the retail industry always has its fun stories for the week.
Yeah.
So
and then yesterday, Haven and I went to a little hippie get together.
How was your hippie
It
get
was
together?
a lot of fun.
Good.
They
Artist?
had, what was it?
Artist?
Yeah, it was like music artists, and just different vendors, like
Nice.
Etsy vendors and stuff like that.
Did y'all
And it
sit
was-
around a campfire and sing Kumbaya?
Kind of.
Was it like hosted by those people that were on the plane? Did you guys
Oh
see
my
that?
fucking god!
Did you see this?
I
No.
did. I would have lost my shit. I would have been that person on the airplane that is like, oh, she's never flying again.
Oh yeah, I
These
just saw that.
stupid.
Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right,
god!
Hold on. So everyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, there's a video out there. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. I'm not going to look for it right now, but there's
It's a Jesus crew.
yeah, but they're on a commercial
Yeah.
flight and they
And
get
they're
up.
fucking singing and shit like, oh Jesus, I love my savior.
Yo, I saw
Oh.
a tweet earlier where it was like, if this was happened on my flight, this would be the next Malaysia flight.
Dude, I would have been like, hey, I would have tapped on the window, like on the pilot. I'm like, hey man, can you do me a favor? Take that little stick there and just push it forward.
Whoa!
We just want to go straight down. Like, until these people shut the fuck up, let's introduce them to Jesus. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
Like,
But yeah,
oh,
little hippie get together, had some bands inside with a visual artist was there that was doing projector and all CRT TVs set up with cool displays and
Nice.
moving animations and shit. And there was some rappers outside playing in the plaza and like pillows set up with sand to play with and like really a hippie
Really?
get together shit. It was fun.
like, did you guys eat mushrooms and
We should have. It was really the place to do that.
like
yeah.
eat mushrooms and or maybe
It was
take
the
some
club
Molly?
that I got broken up with Crystal at.
Oh shit.
I like how things just seem to come full circle for you
I
Fortneys.
was thinking
You know
the
that?
same thing.
Your guys' timeline is definitely on a flat circle. You know what I mean? You guys just hover around the same things. Y'all just inbreeding it in there. I think it is. Whatever. So that's great. I don't even know. I got
It's
nothing.
like some of the same people working there still and everything. I was like, oh, hey, what up?
Nice. So Jamie's fucking moving around, hovering around, fucking. I don't even know what I could say there. I had something and I lost it about halfway sentence. You guys just watch me go through a stroke. I think I literally had a joke in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm going to say this. And right when I was coming out of my mouth, I'm like, I don't think that I lost it. You just watched me lose a joke in my head. Sorry. I fucked up. Losing momentum here. I should never take a nap before we do a podcast again.
I have to. I feel like crap.
I
anyway.
had to today. Sorry. We ate this morning. We ate big breakfast for Easter this
It's more
morning.
like a brunch.
Yeah. I accidentally took a nap before we recorded, so I'm a little off, guys. I'm trying to get into it. So, all right. Whew. All right, James. So, customer service and hippie festivals, singing
Nothing
Kumbaya
too much, just moving besides that. So I mean,
and moving. So,
I hate moving.
I know moving's the worst, babe.
I don't want
You got nothing. I know you work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to live with me. So strap in for that. Strap in for that. So let me get into these wonderful little wishes of mine this week, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready?
No.
Guess so.
Yeah. No.
So
Is that all of it?
yeah, why?
Dude.
Usually it's 3 pages.
Okay.
Relax, it's not that bad. What?
I hate that.
What is that?
Relax.
What I say? Well, maybe you should learn to trust the system. Hey.
I got my snack to watch the fight.
So you have chosen death.
Oh boy, that was for me. That was for me. My comment, what I just happened there.
Mm-hmm.
I think
sad.
John does have the high ground because the height. I mean,
I don't care. I know where his weak spots are.
She's wiry. So, yeah, relax, lady. Trust the system. We got this. So my wife says, so obviously my wife works. I go do a lot of the shopping. Like she works from home. I go out and do the shopping and all that stuff because I like doing the shopping. I'm usually quick and in and out. And I started to notice something because I usually go to like Sam's for all of our big stuff, like all of our frozen stuff and stuff like that.
yeah.
And then usually I'll go to Walmart for all of our little stuff.
I fucking hate Walmart.
And Walmart's the worst. I hate going in and out, but it's just convenient because it's literally less than a mile from my house. So I run in and out and grab all my stuff.
Yeah.
So I have noticed something people look at you weird when you have things in your cart, like the different items in your cart. They'll just they judge you. And I had a lady judge me, and I think she went up to come up and say something to me, but she looked in my cart and decided to avoid me from the items in my cart because she probably thought I wasn't all there in my head.
What, do you
Here
have,
I
like,
am.
dog treats and condoms or something.
Dude, the weird thing is I had like some speaker wire I had some speaker wire that because of what I'm doing down here in the man cave, because I was running some new speakers. I had like lunch snacks for like the kids' lunches, because my wife still makes our oldest son that goes to work. My wife makes his lunch for him, and then she also makes our other son's lunch who goes to school with us. So I was getting her lunch snacks. I had like speaker wire. I think I did have dog treats, and I had lunch snacks and my drink mix in the cart, and that was it. And I think she probably thought it came up to me, and it didn't help that I was just leaving physical therapy as well. So I had like a sweaty shirt on, and I looked at like I was not all there in my head. And she came walking up to say something, looked at me, looked at my cart, and went, "Ooh, never mind. I don't need to talk to you." And just walked away. And I was like, I mean, the look, I didn't even I caught it as she was passing. I went,
Oh,
did she just judge me for what I have in my cart?
I had a good Walmart story this week also I completely forgot about.
What happened at Walmart? Real quick.
Yeah, my Walmart was the pickup service. We all know it's fucking horrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
The
it's
worst.
absolute horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. And so I had to go pick up a single item using it.
Oh.
And so I decided I'm not waiting in my car. I'm not going to do that. So I went up to the service desk and was like, "Hey, I'm just here for my item. I'm not." And they even tried to start it off with "Hey, you can do this on the app. You go to, pull up to the spot and they bring it out to you." And I was like, "I have a single fucking item. I'm not waiting for someone to bring it out to my car. Can you please send someone with the item up here?"
Yeah.
And 45 minutes later, someone finally walks up to the service desk and asks if I'm who I am. And I walk back into the inventory room with them and stuff. And the guy that walks up to me is this 19-year-old country bumpkin wrestling fan. I can only guess.
Yeah. So
Didn't
he
have a
looked,
wrestling shirt on or anything, but that's how I can describe him.
he looked like he tapes WrestleMania. Got it.
Yeah, like
VHS.
That's all I can describe him as.
He looks like he still tapes or WrestleMania on VHS. Got it.
Yeah, and walks up with a blue Walmart T-shirt on that he had cut the sleeves off of, and that's his work shirt. And so he starts asking me like, "Hey, aren't you? You know, you can do this in your car. You can pull around, and I can bring it out to you in the back." And I was like, "No, you're taking me to the inventory room. I'm walking and grabbing it from you. I'm not waiting any longer." And start following him and stuff. And I was just like, "Yeah, all I've heard about this is absolutely horrible. Just don't use it. You guys take forever." And starts going on about like, "Yeah, we don't have workers and stuff."
Did you just do that? Did you hear what? Did the microphone pick that up?
No, I didn't hear it.
Did you see what happened? You're in the middle of your story, and I'm sitting there like looking down, and I'm like listening to you, and she just leans over my way, and I'm like, "What is she doing?" Out of the corner, and lets one go, and I'm talking, lets a fart out in the middle of the recording, and I'm like, I wonder if the microphone picked that up, and you're just like, "Take me to the inventory room." I'm like, that didn't happen. He didn't hear that. And she's just like, and she's smiling. I'm like, am I not supposed to say anything right now? Am I pretending that my wife did not just drop ass on me and the microphone didn't pick it up? It was so
Looking back
loud.
and forth, just like, huh?
Dude, it was so loud. Oh my God. How is it going to be that loud and that smelly?
It doesn't. He's so fucking dramatic, as you know.
Oh,
Oh.
drop
I
it.
had to go grab.
You got your
I know.
inventory. Don't use Walmart delivery.
Yeah,
Got
but
it.
the
Or
guy,
pickup.
yeah, the guy's talking about.
So
we don't have a lot
Hacksaw
of
Jim Duggan
workers.
was there.
Yeah, and starts talking about how there's not a lot of workers and stuff, and I was like, yeah, everyone's struggling with it right now. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, people just keep getting fired. I don't know why. And I just looked him dead in the face. I was like, yeah,
Uniform?
people are coming to work with cut off sleeve shirts on. Maybe that's why.
But maybe they come into work without a uniform.
Give me my one
Like-
item so I can get the fuck out of
I
here.
would. That's what I would have said. Maybe they come into work out of uniform. I don't know. Thank you, and just walked out.
Yep, I pretty much did that. I was just like, people are coming into work with sleeveless shirts. Maybe that's why.
Boop, bing bong, get the fuck
And
out.
just left. Yeah, I was just like, I'm out. Fuck you. If you're gonna be this clueless,
Goodbye. Okay.
sorry. I was just
Nope,
I
you're
completely
good.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I had a customer. But I had a customer judge me for what I had in my cart, and it wasn't even that bad. She just probably thought I was Sloth from the Goonies. Thanks,
Stumbling
random
around,
customer. Yeah, I'm like
fucking
grabbing some
crippled
shit.
military ass.
Dragging my foot behind because my fucking, my leg is dummied. But whatever. So, have you ever got maybe a TV episode confused or a movie confused with real life? I don't
Yes.
think you have. What was it?
Yeah, for sure.
Have you?
I don't think so.
Real quick, what was it? Do you know what it is? I don't want to
It's
pull.
usually
clip
that
notes.
I have dreams of myself in the same situation as a TV show, and it feels so real that I'm just like, what the fuck?
Okay, stay off the drugs. Okay. So I'm on the phone with a friend, and I forget how we got on the subject of smoking in California, like cigarette smokes and stuff like that.
So
And-
expensive out there.
yeah, and smoking. I forget how we really got on the conversation. I can't remember how it started. So if this friend is listening to this, you can fill me in here because I forgot. But he cracks the joke about Rob Reiner and helping double the cigarette tax in California. Like he was the reason why the cigarette tax got doubled. And I'm like, he goes, yeah, the fat producer. I'm like, yeah, I know who Rob Reiner is. I'm like, Meathead from All in the Family. Yes, I'm dating myself. That guy. And he goes, yeah. I'm like, what does fat fucking Rob Reiner have to do with no smoking or the cigarette tax in California?
His daughter or something got addicted.
No, this fat fuck, it just doesn't like cigarettes. My friend, on the other hand, he goes, yeah. He goes, he pushed it and went in front of Congress. He did all this shit. I'm like, I don't think so. So I Google Rob Reiner and I Google Rob Reiner and cigarettes. And the first thing that pops up is South Park episode from 2002 called Big Butt. And it's a South Park parody about Rob Reiner and how he is this gluttonous fat fuck who will yell at you for lighting up a cigarette next to you. And he pushes in South Park on a no smoking section. Rob Reiner, when California, did push for the no smoking section, but my buddy had this fucking real life confused with a South Park episode.
Yeah.
Of all things. And I'm just like, how does that happen? I've never, ever, I may be confused like a movie, like Wag the Dog with real life, but I don't think I've ever confused a South Park episode with real life. You know,
can't say that I have.
I thought it was, I was in tears laughing at my friend so hard. I'm like, dude, did you just get a South Park episode confused with real life? And he was like, and dude, we couldn't answer each other because we were laughing so hard. Could not. I was laughing so hard at my idiot friend for getting this confused. I'm like, dude, you have to stop watching South Park. You need to stop.
Is he one of those people that's just like obsessed with it?
He's watched every episode of South Park for the last 30 years. How long has South Park been on?
I think it was 96. It came out.
So almost 30 years now, 20 plus years, 20. Yeah, it's been
26 years,
26,
24 years.
I'm watching you do math.
Listen, buddy, 26 years. For the last 26 years, this guy has been watching South Park and has watched every episode and is now confusing it with real life. I don't even know what the fuck I can say to that. So I had to go to the doctor this week and I had one of the best nurses ever. This nurse. So every time I go to the doctor, I always know when the nurse takes my vitals, I always warn the nurse. I'm like, hey, you gotta take, I'm like, listen, temperature's gonna be about a degree low. I'm gonna get 100% oxygen. I'm like, you're gonna take my blood pressure twice because it's gonna be high once. I'm like, then it's gonna be normal the second time. It's just how my body works. I freak out when you take my blood pressure the first time. And she goes, whatever, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. So she does all my vitals and everything like that. And she goes, she takes my temperature. She goes, 97.6. I'm like, yeah, a degree low. Told you. Takes my oxygen, 100%. I'm like, yep, told you. She goes, don't be this motherfucker. She looked at me, she goes, don't be that dude. Don't be this guy. Don't be this guy. She kept on saying, don't be this guy. Takes my blood pressure. My blood pressure was fine. She only had to take it once. She was like, see, I told you. She looks at my vitals from the last time I was in. She goes, oh my God, your blood pressure was extremely high last time. I went, about that. And she goes, what? I'm like, the last time I was here was a month ago. I forgot I had an appointment. I got up that morning and ate an edible. And then my phone went off and reminded me that I had a doctor's appointment. I came in here about the time you guys were taking my vitals, was about the time that edible was kicking in. And this lady fucking fell out laughing at me. And she goes, are you telling me that you ate an edible and came to your doctor's appointment last time you were here? I went, yeah. And she goes, oh my God, no wonder your blood pressure was through the fucking roof. You were probably having a panic attack. I went, I was. And she goes, dude, she started laughing. She goes, you're my type of motherfucker. And I went, I like you. I like you. I was like, I love you. And she's like, yeah. She goes, that's fucking awesome. She's like, you're hilarious. I went, thank you. I don't know what to tell you.
The one time I was on, it's like that to my doctor, they had me tested for meth.
Nice.
So
she laughed. She was laughing. She was like, I cannot believe that you just told. I'm like, I didn't want to. I'm like, I was trying to get out. I'm like, I was panicking. I was starting to have a panic attack. She was like, oh my God. So I'm last thing for my wish of the week, and I want to give everyone this piece of advice. Duolingo, Duolingo, the app, Duolingo, yeah. The app that teaches you, like you do for free, you do for like 15 minutes a day. It teaches you a foreign language. Everyone should do it because it's starting to pay off on my Spanish. So I knew a little bit of Spanish to begin with. I knew just from being in the service and being half Mexican and I know a little bit of Spanish. I'm terrible at Spanish though. And when I say I know a little bit of Spanish, it's a thimbleful of Spanish.
The Czech and beer.
Pretty much. I can basically bumblefuck my way across Mexico and get drunk. Okay? That's about it. I was at the dollar store yesterday and I had to go get some foil. I ran to the dollar store to get foil because I didn't want to go in a Walmart on a Saturday. Everyone knows that nightmare. So I ran into the dollar store. Right in the dollar store, there's this Hoosier lady at the checkout arguing with the two ladies at the working at the checkout because she forgot her ID at home and she's trying to buy booze. And the ladies they're like, we can't serve you. You look under 40. We can't sell you this. I will get in trouble and lose my job unless you have your ID. Yeah. This lady goes, so this Hoosier ass lady throws a fucking fit and kind of walks the fuck off and storms out. The one lady, the two ladies, there was three ladies. So there was two ladies that was dealing with the one lady and there was another lady checking everyone out. So I go walking up to the lady that was dealing with this Hoosier bitch as she is rattling off a lovely comment in Spanish to her manager, who is also in Spanish. And I will let you know.
Oh, it's always amazing.
I walked up and I went and I caught it and I was like, in my brain, I'm like I probably look like, you know, that meme of Zach Galifianakis from Hangover of all the numbers coming together. I probably look like that, probably putting a Spanish sentence together in my head because I'm like, and I went, and this lady looks at me. I'm like, did you just call that lady a cunt because she forgot her ID? And she go, and did you just say that you weren't going to get fucking fired because of her? And that lady goes, and the manager, her head was down, and she went, and I'm talking snapped up, and the lady that fired off that sentence went, $5.98, sir. And it was in plain fucking English and as quick as possible. I went to the car. She goes, well, she didn't have her ID and I didn't want to get fired and blah, blah, blah. And she started talking to me in plain English as fast as possible, trying to justify what she just said to me. And I went, oh my God. My Duolingo is paying off because I'm learning Spanish. Hooked on phonics style, but I'm fucking learning Spanish. And fucking grabbed my foil and walked out the door. I was so excited. That lady did not want anything to do with me because I found out what she said in Spanish, and she was like, fuck that gringo. And I'm like, ha, got you, bitch. And I caught her. And I was excited because I understood her. I understood what she said. And it was pretty fucking exciting when I caught it. All right. And to see the look on her face when she went, he understood me. It was like,
I've heard a few times like Spanish people like, oh, that white piece of shit, just like go off. And I'm just like, oh, that's funny.
It was like unlocking like a secret that you weren't supposed to know about, and to look like you weren't supposed to, like you were in on the joke, like you weren't supposed to be in on this joke. Like, how are you here? Like, you're not supposed to be here. Like, it's getting backstage. Like, it's getting to see, like, peeking behind, seeing the wizard behind the curtain type situation right there. And that lady was not happy about it. She wanted me out of the store and was probably praying that I didn't call. It was fine, like do a complaint, like a customer complaint. And here she's probably thinking she's going to lose her job because I understood that she just called this Hoosier lady a cunt because she forgot her ID at home. Me, on the other hand, I'm super excited because I'm learning Spanish hooked on phonics style. All right. And it's the greatest thing in the world for me. Okay. Because my high ass will sit down here in the morning after my morning workout and jump on the Duolingo. Am I saying that correctly? Duolingo app for about 15 to 20 minutes every day just to teach myself some Spanish.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because it's now it's paying off a little bit. So that I was pretty fucking excited about that. All right. See? All right. Let's get to some fun things. So on TikTok. I found this guy on TikTok. I want to ask you guys if you've seen this guy yet. His Bad News John. Bad News Johnny. He breaks bad news.
Oh yes.
Do you know this guy? He only has like 4 or 5 videos on TikTok. Have you seen him?
Yeah, he was on YMH.
Oh, he was on YMH.
Yeah, not in
not
person, but his video was on YMH.
Oh my gosh, I discovered him on TikTok. I didn't know he was on YMH.
Yeah.
Here, real quick. Let me see if I can find a video real quick of him on TikTok, so everyone knows what I'm talking about.
I was today.
Oh, go with that.
Yeah, it's fucking funny. He's hired to break bad news to people.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's hired to break bad news to people. Oh, maybe he has more videos than that. He has a shit ton, doesn't he? But he'll just sit there on his porch. He'll call people and be like, "Hey, man, I got hired by." I can't find it. I don't feel like it anymore. Digging. I got hired by Claire. My name's John. I'm Bad News John. I got hired by Claire to call you. She's breaking up with you. And oh, by the way, go get tested. She got tested for herpes. It came up positive. You might have herpes as well.
Says the ESPN guy, or says the door.
Yeah, it says our Ring doorbell. But yeah, so that's what happens. And he's sorry, bud. Please leave a review on my Facebook page. Yeah. So after he breaks the bad news, he'll be like, "Oh, please go to my TikTok and leave a review."
Yep.
I kind of want to see. I wonder how much they cost. And does he cost anything, or?
So if you were like breaking up with someone, you would hire him to like give the news.
Actually, yeah. I was thinking about just see if he'll just talk some trash for us about like another podcast. Like our buddies at the Trash Panda podcast, they'd get a kick out of it. Like not even tell them about it.
Yeah.
And be like, "Hey, Colin, this is John." Like have him say something like, "Hey, Colin, this is John from the Bad News. John breaks bad news. The guys at the Lost Losers podcast just want to let you know that you're garbage. They love you. You're trash. Have a nice day." Just something funny.
Yeah.
Dude, I think it'd be funny for them if we could do something like that. How fucking hilarious would that be?
Just not tell them about, not text them or
not
anything.
Tell them, don't say anything, and just let it go and see what happens. What do you think? I want to reach out to this guy or James and see if how much it would cost.
Yeah,
like if it would.
Looking it up.
Cool. All right, let's go. You guys want story, or you guys want to clip or TikTok? I found first.
I like the TikToks.
You want to do the TikTok?
All right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. Do. All right. Gosh dang it. That's not what I wanted.
You're just a mess.
No, because I always forget that I have to take that out of full screen for me to share. And that always opens up in full screen like an asshole. So I just forget. You ever forget? It happens to me all the time. People understand. People who listen to this know I'm a dummy by now, you would think, right? We're 91 episodes in. This will be the 91st episode. Everyone should know that I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna buck and he's gonna ride it. Here we go.
Oh, fuck. All right. For everyone that's not watching, there's a guy that's at a rodeo, and this guy.
That guy was doing really good. I was like, damn, look at him.
Okay, here's what I'm going to point out. When you see, so at the rodeo, this guy comes out of the chute on his bull, riding it real good, and all of a sudden, another bull enters the arena by
jumping over the gate.
Jumping over an 7 or 8 foot
easy
fence.
Yeah, like it's a good leap.
Like it's a Jedi jump, like nothing.
Yeah.
He had to do that from a standstill.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're in a pin.
Yeah, he did that from a standstill and up and over.
Oh my God.
Watch the guy. So I'm going to rewind this a little bit.
Okay.
Watch the guy riding the bull. He stops paying attention to riding the bull, continues riding the bull, and starts paying attention to what the other bull's doing. Like, that's impressive because they teach you to pay attention, be looking what the bull's doing.
Yeah.
8 seconds.
And this dude veers off and is still riding like a champion. Check when this bull comes in there again. Check this out. Like, watch his head. What the fuck? Keep going.
Oh, here he comes.
I don't think
He got thrown hard. Also.
Yeah, he got. Yeah,
He was still bucking in the back.
yeah.
That was not the best landing. He got thrown like a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
That thing just fucking jumped straight over, just dead ass.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Dead over.
that was a.
but
Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Sorry, we got the hockey game on the background because it's a big game tonight, boys and girls, because it's Blues versus Nashville.
That's the second goal.
Oh, yeah.
Who is it? Who's
Kyle Rawson?
Rosin? Damn, dude, that was a hell of a goal.
Fuck.
Hell of a goal.
So the Blues are winning right now, 5-1.
5-1. Jesus. You know,
Oh boy. These are
so
always
John breaks bad news. It looks like I can message him on Facebook.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm just curious how much that guy charges. It's not like I'm not paying him to do.
Yeah, if he does it like, yeah, dude, I'll do it for free, man. No problem. I like talking shit on people. Like, awesome. I doubt it. This is you.
Me?
Oh, I love it. He's just like, oh.
No,
I don't find you funny.
I find myself.
Oh my God.
Don't pay attention.
What'd you fart again?
No.
That's your laugh at me sometimes.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
All right.
Oh shit.
Hypocrites of the week.
Hold on.
What?
6-1.
Jesus Christ, this game is getting out of hand.
Don't bet.
Oh, I know. Well, it was a big game last time. They blew it.
Dude, the bees are doing it.
I know. Check this out. What would you do with this one?
I would.
Dude, get after it.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Are they that violent with it?
I don't know. Let's find out. That dude that bee was thrusting. Like,
Maybe they were fighting.
I don't think is that what you call fighting?
That's what you
I
tell
mean-
the kids.
That's what you tell I mean, that's what you tell the kids, right?
Wow.
All right, then.
I'm just saying, you know.
The birds and the bees.
Yeah. The birds, the bees. All right. I did find a TikTok. I need to find out if this is over the line or not. Let's find out.
Probably is.
Probably is.
Yeah. If you're asking, it probably is.
I don't think it's over the line.
Hi there, it's Scarlett.
Hold on, Scarlett. Calm down, tits. All right.
I saw some aggressive boobs yesterday.
So, well, you're at a hippie show. I probably should. All right, Scarlett. Let's see.
Hi there, it's Scarlett, a 30-year-old who goes to college with Gen Z kids, and I made a bad joke the other day. One of the kids was giving me a lot of shit, and so I told him, I swear to God, I will find your dad on Parents' Weekend, I will fuck him, become your next stepmom, and transfer you to another school. And a silence fills the room. Somebody taps me on the shoulder and goes, his dad's dead.
Oh.
And then I look him straight in the eye and I say, I am so sorry that your dad faked his own death so he could get out of paying for your college. He did not
Nice.
like this.
Now,
I haven't seen that one. She has some other really good TikToks.
does she?
Yeah.
Now, do you think Scarlett did that?
The first part of it was funny.
The second part was over the line.
I think so.
I think
It's still funny, but that second part was.
it was hilarious. I think Scarlett did very well with her first joke.
I'm all right with the second one.
I'm all right with the second one. I probably would have went, high five. like one of those. But I'm gonna like,
Elijah, my best friend, he's made some jokes like that to me. Like, I was upset about my grandfather dying at the time, and me and him were just having a little argument, and all of a sudden he was just like, James, no one gives a fuck about your dead grandpa. Get over it. And I just bursted out fucking laughing. Like, I could not fucking control it.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
like those.
well, good for you. All right, story time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, baby.
finally,
What do you mean finally?
using something
Pimple
I
popper?
sent you.
I always use things that you send me.
/Redditors, what has been your most gory, disgusting, or
This
worst
is
medical
bad.
experience? As a paramedic, responded to a call of traffic accident, baby ejected. We prepared for the worst we could
yep.
imagine. Arrived
Read
in
this
about
one.
8 minutes, trooper on
Yeah.
scene trying to
I saw
clear
I was
the
9
area of
years old. I
bystanders
was
slash
hoping I knew
doctors and
it.
preserve
Yeah,
the scene.
this one's bad.
He had covered the baby with the yellow death sheet troopers carry in their trunks. Lifted the sheet to check vitals slash pronounce death, and it was not a baby, but the top half of the 19-year-old girl that was driving the small pickup truck about 50 yards away. She was driving, and arguing with her 19-year-old husband who was the passenger. They were doing about 55 miles per hour on a 2-lane road, and met an oncoming truck pulling a double-wide mobile home. She ran under the front corner of the mobile home, cutting her in half. Her bottom half remained in the driver's seat, while her unhurt husband watched as the truck skidded. Another 50 to 60 yards, sideswiping a minivan, sending it into the ditch upside down. When the truck came to rest, her bottom half fell out onto the ground.
Jesus.
We also found a trail of ribs from the cab to the bed, and down the pavement to the top half. It looked like a movie set. Her top and bottom looked unhurt, but from mid-chest to about pelvis was strung along the road. The husband was absolutely freaking out about what he had just seen. He was babbling incoherently, running around swinging at people, just a mess. A witness who lived right in front of the scene started having chest pains, and had to be transported. We took the husband, and I called medical control and actually got orders to give him 4-Valium, something paramedics normally can only give for grand mal seizures. The driver of the big truck was fine, but was also very, very distraught at what he had just witnessed. That was 16 years ago, and I can still remember pulling.
So let me get this straight. Her ribs were scattered.
So she hit a truck that was towing a mobile home
Yes.
on her.
She hit the mobile home. She did
hit
not
the-
hit the truck.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
hit the corner of the mobile home.
And so
Basically-
it entirely destroyed the top of the car and just took her with
And
it.
just cut her in half.
Yes.
Yep.
And there was a trail of ribs.
And
Entrails.
that's
Everything from yay to yay scattered.
and that's not even manslaughter. That's nothing.
That's what happens when two people meet at the same time, and that is what you call destiny.
And I can see her husband being distraught and fucking swinging at people. He just witnessed probably one of the worst things that
Exactly.
anybody could.
But like, yeah, there's no like she was the one at fault. And so there's like nothing that would come of that.
Mm-mm.
That's
I don't even know what to say to that. I don't. That is a lady that lost control, was arguing with her husband, lost control of a vehicle, and clipped a truck
didn't
pulling
sound
a
lost
mobile home,
control.
or
Just
just
wasn't paying attention.
wasn't paying attention or whatever. And so, do you think it was a closed casket?
I would hope it's open.
Why do you look so disappointed in me right now? You knew I had to be, listen. I couldn't be sitting here talking about some lady getting chopped in half without having some sort of joke. You know, Was it one casket or two?
Did they use a midget's casket and just use 2?
Infant. Over the line. That was over the line. I will call it audible on that one on me. this. I will
I
stop.
thought midget was okay.
Yep, you were good with midget. I went with yep. They just used 2 of them. Jesus Christ, pull the goalie. What's the point of even having a goalie? It's 7-1. I mean,
Tennessee winning?
no, not Nashville Blues. Hey Jamie, you got our do you have our banjos ready?
Yeah, I can do that real quick.
Grab our banjos, brother, because I'm gonna need them here in a second. Because we have a return of West Virginia stories. All right, but first, let's go to India. This has been making the rounds this week, and I don't know if you guys have seen it.
What'd you do?
So this is it India? I want to say it's India. Nepal. Oh yeah, Nepal. That's in India, right? Help me
No.
out. Huh?
Nepal's
No.
separate.
Is Nepal separate?
It's a separate fucking country.
Is it? I don't know. It's over there in Asia.
Eddie Murphy. Want the love.
Golden child.
Please.
Thank you for the golden child reference.
They're in Nepal. In Nepal.
So this kid is growing a tail.
Okay.
Oh, is he older?
No, he's 16 years old. He's vowing
Yeah,
not-
so he's older.
it's
Or
a
is he just now growing a tail?
No, he didn't. No, they try to go chop it off and all that stuff. And he was just like, and he just
Yeah, he's
hit
been
it.
around for years.
Well, he's been trying to hide it. This guy has a 70 centimeter tail.
Yeah.
No, he just came out, James. This is a different kid.
There's like an 8-year-old when I was younger.
Dude, this is a
That's why I
16-year-old
was like,
kid.
what? Is it the same person?
No, this is a different kid, man. And here, I'm going to show you. Look at this fucking tail. He's growing a hairy tail. It's 70 centimeters. You see it?
Wait, is that just hair?
That's just hair.
Oh, the one I'm thinking of is like his actual bones are creating a tail.
No, this kid has a hairy tail that
I
is
would be
growing
proud
out
of
his
that.
on his
I
tailbone.
would be proud of that.
You'd be proud of this?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
wish I had that.
No.
I already have the start of it.
You have the
It's on
back.
me.
You have the
Yeah, the lower back and crack hair. Yeah,
yeah. You have
it's all
that.
fuzzy.
This kid has a 70 centimeter.
Ew.
I'm jealous. I wonder if he can wipe his ass with it.
Yes.
I don't know how you can do. Hold on. Like, I don't know how he fucking takes a shit.
Swings it over his shoulder.
Dude, like, does he, like, do you think he ties his hair and his fucking tail together?
Yeah, just puts it in one hair tie.
Why doesn't he just cut it? It's hair.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure. That's fine. Let's see.
Go up.
I think it said something.
Oh my god.
They saw a local priest who said that he was the reincarnation of a god, so he felt better about himself. So he's just completely comfortable with it now. So he's just okay with it.
Yeah.
It's just fucking weird. Doesn't really say why he doesn't cut it.
Oh, so the kid with the skin growth one lost his
Yeah.
monkey god status after he removed it so that he could walk.
He lost his monkey god status so he could walk.
Yeah, because people were worshiping him.
Nice. Okay. Well, this game's not even pointless. It's 8-1 for
No,
everyone.
it's 8-2.
8-2.
You
I'm
missed
sorry.
one.
Sorry. It's
Jesus.
just
Yeah, I don't understand why he doesn't just shave that shit. Like for real. Wait, I guess they say he's a reincarnation of a god because he has a hairy tail. So what the fuck would Colton be?
I'm not for sure, but this dude, like, cut the tail, man. Like, do you think like someone like do you think he would get picked on? Like, he should get picked on? Like, they would tie his hair and his fucking tail together and they just throw him over his shoulder and carry him around like
I
he's
am
a
not
fucking
a
book bag?
fan of bullies for any reason, so I can, you know what I mean?
Like, I'm just saying, like, that's what I think of when I see that. I'm like, they're gonna someone's gonna beat him up, they're gonna tie that shit together, and they're gonna carry him around like he's like he's his fucking satchel.
Yep.
That's what I thought of. Just
I
saying.
can see that.
You know, that's what I thought of. So, all right, let's go to Switzerland. Saving West Virginia yet. Still saving West Virginia. Sister J, saving it for last. Jamie, I need you to pay attention because I want you to, because you're in the age group where this can happen. Okay. So I need you to, a 20-year-old man. So we all know having sex can have its consequences, right? You can get injured. You should maybe pull a muscle. You ever heard of someone, you can even break your penis,
Yes. Yeah.
You ever heard of someone getting in trouble or having health issues while masturbating?
Yes.
What'd you hear? What'd you hear? Did someone break their penis?
Heart overworking.
Oh, just like a heart attack? What was he not? Was he 90 on Viagra?
No, I had a kid in high school that had to go to the ER because he was having heart palpitations because he was masturbating like 8 or 10 times a day.
Moving on. Like, what's the point? Like, really? Like, why are you doing it that much? Like, seriously. Jeez Louise. So, this kid, 20-year-old kid in Switzerland, was masturbating and a pocket of air escaped his lungs and moved into and around his body, created problems of
pneumomyastidum.
Yeah. So he was having problems. It caused him to swell. He went to the hospital. By the time this air pocket had moved into his head and caused pressure, it was, bad things can happen, I guess. Trapped air escapes the lungs and doesn't go out of where it's supposed to and gets trapped in the body in a different area. But this can happen. So this can happen during sex. What's it called? Spontaneous SPM, spontaneous
pneumomediastinum.
Yes. It caused his head to expand. He's fine, everybody. He got to the hospital. They treated him. But this happened while he was masturbating. Can you believe profound amounts of trapped air? What did it say? Reaching up to the base of the skull. This happened to this kid. He was moved to ICU, given oxygen support and antibiotic treatment to lower the risk for infection. He was there overnight, and then he was there he was in the hospital for 3 days because of this. Can you imagine having to call into work and saying, "Yeah, I got put in the hospital for a couple of days. Why?" I don't want to talk about it. Come on, man. What'd you go to the hospital for? Car accident? Get on a bike? What's up? No, man, I had an accident while masturbating. What do you mean? Yeah, I almost died. How do you almost die jerking off? Well, I got really excited and air escaped my lungs and didn't and got trapped in my body.
SPM.
I had SPM. Seriously, where do you go from here?
He had asthma.
So Jamie, be careful while having sex and masturbating.
Right.
It's mostly known in younger men, they said. So like the 18 to 26-year-olds range.
I've had some situations recently where I almost blacked out. Not while masturbating.
Cool.
I feel like if it's during masturbating, that's kind of lame. You're just like listening to Slayer or something just as fast as possible.
Just going at it.
Remember one time doing that to Cannibal Corpse and trying to go with the blast beat. Just
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, dude. I'm surprised you didn't fucking just yank that fucking thing right off. Good Lord. All right. Now we're going to LA. And let's call this this kid should buy a lottery ticket. Go buy a lottery ticket, young man. So Jonathan Gonzalez was playing on his PlayStation around midnight on April 1st when he felt something hit him in the head. He was like, felt like if you're wearing a bike helmet and somebody just kind of smacks you up the head. He goes, I didn't really. He goes, young 18 Jonathan got hit by a stray bullet. A stray bullet came in his fucking window, hit him in the fucking ear, and with his headset on.
He was gaming.
Well, he was gaming.
and like it had enough velocity that it just bounced.
And it bounced. It just bounced. It, like it hit, and the bullet like bounced off and ricocheted and went through his room. He would get. He was like, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Where is this at?
Chicago.
This was in LA.
LA.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
A stray bullet came in through his window, hit him in the ear.
That's pretty good.
I was like, how fucking lucky does this kid have to be?
Dude would have hit him in the head.
If he would have been dead. If he didn't have, if he would have been gaming with his headset on, that would have been right in his ear hole.
Yeah.
I mean, if it bounced off the headset, I don't know how much more velocity that thing had.
That also.
You know, but it would have fucked him up. And he probably would have been dead.
Even if it's like a Steel Series where it's made out of metal and stuff, like
Yeah.
that still seems questionable to me.
Yeah, no shit.
Like if it's my headset, no, that shit's going through.
Right.
Yeah, so he had, I mean, I guess he
The
had,
brand on there. It was a Razer.
yeah, the Razer brand.
Headset.
Razor's plastic also.
So I guess,
I have Razer headphones also. Yeah, that's what I used to use.
yeah, so I guess it just got lucky.
That's ridiculous.
Dude, can you imagine?
No.
I would, moving my computer to the other side of the room, not in front of the fucking window.
That's just crazy.
Let's do that. I would never sit in front of a window ever again.
PTSD would be insane.
You know, I would never like
Yeah,
ever,
there's
ever.
a YouTuber from that area that I watch, Dope as Yola. As a kid, he got shot in the back of the head with a homemade gun.
Yeah.
Just while like getting food at a food truck. Someone just rolled up, bop, and just kept going.
Damn.
With
But
like
I
a
just
homemade shotgun.
Damn. But nope. That kid got fucking lucky, don't you think? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Fucking insane.
It's still a good conk on the head though, also.
Dude, yeah.
From his description, yeah.
Jeez Louise. All
I feel
right.
like I'd get up, turn around, be like, who the fuck?
Oh, I wouldn't know what to do. Wouldn't know what to do at all. All right, on to West Virginia, and then we had to take a pause, and then we have a guest because we had a guest coming on, and then we got some, and we can play some game. All right, we got the banjos. James.
Oh, is it? Oopsies. I do
Jamie,
have it.
Jamie.
I do have it.
So, Rain Pace, P-A-S-E, and I'm saying that right, Pace?
Yes.
27 years old. Her and a friend got pulled over in the good state of West Virginia. They're from what? Oh, God damn it. Where'd this town go? Doesn't fucking matter.
Nope, doesn't say.
I thought it did. Yeah.
West Virginia.
They're in Route 7 in Terra Alta, a small town in West Virginia. That's it. I knew I had it
I'm
there.
near Route 7.
Yep. Terra Alta. Do you know where that is?
No.
So she was a passenger in the vehicle. They began to search the vehicle, and she was like, "Those drugs are mine." She confessed to the drugs, the methamphetamine that was in her. The 20 grams of methamphetamine that she had
Holy fuck.
on her. And when they asked her why she had this, Miss
Had almost
Pace,
an ounce of fucking meth.
Miss Pace was completely honest and says, "I deal methamphetamine because I can't keep a job." Yes.
What's her name?
Rain Pace, R-A-I-N-E-E.
Rainy.
Rainy Pace, P-A-S-E.
All right.
They found a scale and it had her name on it.
She had her own personal scale. She had the drugs. She had the cash. And she was like, "I'm a professional drug dealer because I can't hold the job."
All right.
Can we give this lady an A for honesty? Like, just bravo for just bringing the honesty that day. Just zero fucks given. Was just like, don't care. Thank you, West Virginia. You have done it again by bringing us this Rainy Pace, the professional drug dealer with almost an ounce.
Is it Rania?
Rainee.
All right.
In
That
order
can be
to make a
Renee.
living,
That can be Renee.
is
That
it
can be
Renee?
Renee, it could be Rainy.
Whatever. She goes, in
I'm
order
saying
to make
Renee.
it. Yeah. She told police she sold the drugs in order to make a living because she just can't not obtain a job.
Can't just not.
Thank you, Miss Renee Rainey from all the top, whatever, West Virginia, for being our professional drug dealer today. All right, we got to take a quick pause.
Yep.
Well, that's good. Well, we're back, everybody. So, everyone, we're back. Meet young Mr. Zach Martin from the Foodball Podcast. Did I say that correctly?
Correct.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
the Foodball Podcast. He decided to come on and join us this week. He's going to play some Trivia of the Weird. He's going to introduce himself, talk about his podcast for a few minutes, and all that good stuff. Zach, go ahead, man. Introduce yourself. Tell everyone where they can find you and what your podcast is about.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on. It is a privilege and an honor. My show is called...
You might regret this after in about 30 in the next 45 minutes. You might regret what you're doing here.
You and I talked for like 2 hours the other night. I think I have a good idea what's going on. I am well warned. My show is called Foodball. It's what they call a portmanteau. I love football. I love food, and I was thinking that a lot of people don't know what food is, and they don't know how to eat food, and they definitely fucking don't know how to cook food.
Yeah.
So I decided that A, as a dude, B, as a man, and C, as a pretty decent cook, that I would kind of make myself very self-important and make a food podcast, because there aren't a lot of food podcasts out there about or by men. There are a lot of by women, for moms, very pretty, and photography, and, and then culture, or food culture, is a lot around celebrity chefs who may or may not be good people. And I felt like I could help by getting people back to the basics of cooking and bridging the gap between the dude who can't boil water that I went to college with and burned Easy Mac 6 times in a row, and the people who only eat Momofuku ramen because it's $200 a bottle or $200 a plate, and kind of bridge the gap there and tell you, if you can cook a chicken breast, this is how you should cook a chicken breast, and then cook a chicken thigh because it's better. I am on all podcast channels, apps, whatever you call it, at Foodball Pod, POD, on Twitter and Instagram. I'm no way a professional photographer or videographer anymore. They are bad videos, but they are funny. I will freely admit, and only with your support as the audience can I even make serviceable videos. So listen to me, find me anywhere. Please DM me, ask me questions, tell me I'm wrong. I love those discussions.
Oh, you mean like your Detroit pizza or your Chicago pizza?
Exactly. And we had a spirited debate about Chicago pizza, and I'm still right.
No, you're not.
You're never going to win this battle with him. He will never back down.
And I'm completely and 100%. James, what's Chicago pizza? If Jamie fucks this up for me, I would have fucking die.
Pizza casserole.
And see, no, what I said was the tourist perception of what Chicago pizza is, because that's what it is. Chicago tavern style pizza is what St. Louis pizza is.
Yes, I completely agree. Because I lived in Chicago for a while. I'm just a military kid. I've been all over the fucking place. Chicago bar style pizza is the best thing ever to me. Just the little fucking cracker.
Oh, you mean you mean St. Louis style pizza?
Cracker style pizza.
Yeah. You mean St. Louis? So the article. Hold on. So Ding Dong Zach here. Don't mind me if you call you Ding Dong Zach.
Oh yeah, no, that's 100% fine.
Because this is the article that he sends me, and he goes, "That's not Chicago pizza." He goes, "Chicago pizza is the tavern style." I'm like, "No, that's St. Louis style." He goes, "No." He goes, "That's actually." He goes, "Actually, it's Detroit style." I'm like, "No, Detroit style is the pan, the crust on the side, and the pepperoni cups. That's Detroit pizza. Chicago style is the shithole deep dish, marinara on top like it's a fucking whore casserole pizza.
So good.
No,
it's gross.
It's fucking
terrible.
Gross.
I like it.
Pizza casserole is a goddamn abomination.
Yes. And then he goes, the real Chicago pizza is the tavern style cracker. I'm like, no, the St. Louis style. He goes, no. He sends me this article. And the first thing is the person from Chicago defending Chicago and saying that the real pizza is the tavern. I went, all right, hold on.
They both can be true.
Listen, I'm not arguing that I can't go to Chicago and order a St. Louis style pizza. I'm not arguing that. I can't say I can't go up the street and get myself a Chicago style pizza at Uni's there in Kirkwood. Can't say that either. This article for your backup was a dude who was angry for defending Chicago style pizza. And everyone going, oh, I love Chicago style pizza. And he goes, that's not the only pizza we have in Chicago. We have other styles of pizza. And I get that. I understand you can get other style pizzas in other places, because I'm not a big Provel guy. I'll go to Epic Pizza and nail down that fucking pizza. That was delicious. I want one of those right now.
You don't like emos?
I like emo. It's just expensive. I like emo. Provel. But Provel cheese is, I like Provel cheese. It's just not my favorite.
Yeah, a lot of the thinner style in Chicago specifically came from the Jewish community there.
Yes.
Because they have to separate their cheeses and meats, and so they want something a little bit lighter with their cheese, and then they can go on to their meat pizza afterwards.
Yes. So that was his defendant. And I went, no, that's not happening. That is not Chicago pizza. Chicago pizza is the thick fucking casserole shit. Let us have
Chicago pizza casserole has better marketing, and I can say that as a marketing professional, they have better marketing.
But what? So you want to do recipes on your podcast? You gonna try to?
And so, what's your culinary background?
I have zero. I worked as a server in restaurants for 15 years before I took Navy. So I've been in and around professional kitchens. I decided a long time ago that I could never cook professionally because I love it too much. And
I came to the same conclusion. I went to culinary school and everything, and fucking got burnt out, and I just do it for my love now.
Now, here's my question. Here's my question. Do you think you could do it, like not go do it in a kitchen professionally, but maybe open your own restaurant and do it that way?
I think maybe the extent that I would do it professionally would be doing like home chef catering almost, like
Okay.
Yes.
having people who can afford to hire in-home help, hire me to come cook for their family. But anything larger scale than that, fuck that.
And you have to be in such specific areas to do that, because I was interested in doing that here, and there's no one that can afford it.
There's not enough. Go to the Fairview Heights neighborhood where Yachty lives.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, and there ain't enough money. Listen, Rico Suave
in Kentucky.
When Rico Suave is the number one person in your town, there ain't enough money in that town. Okay.
Yeah.
Gerardo, is that his name? Is that Gerardo?
They were talking about him the other day on the point. I guess his birthday or something like that. And it
li-
made me think of Jamie.
He lives. He's Jamie's next door neighbor. He teaches his mom
now
yoga.
I live down the street from him, literally.
Yeah. So Gerardo teaches young James's mom yoga.
Yeah.
Fun fact. So
Rico Suave's wife
Anyway.
teaches me yoga.
Sorry, we're getting off subject here. So teaching recipes, doing recipes. What's up?
I actually just released my second episode called Recipes versus Technique. I am not going to share recipes. Recipes are paint by numbers. If you're just starting out and you've never ever cooked anything in your life, you can follow a recipe. But that success of that recipe depends on who wrote the recipe and who they wrote that recipe for.
Yep.
You have to specifically, if you're a beginner, you have to find beginner-friendly recipes written by people for beginners, because everybody that's a writer, that's a human, has a writing style. And if they're not writing for the culinary expertise that you have, you're going to fuck it up. And then you're going to blame the recipe because you just followed the instructions. Yeah. But if you know technique, if you know basic shit, you can see a recipe and see where the issues might be for you.
And read in between the lines.
Yeah, you can read between the lines. I talk a little bit about communication. Like, John, you're married. You know that you have a conversation and you can see between the lines sometimes, right? And you can kind of suss out what you're actually saying from what you're actually saying. So, something like a recipe, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll fuck it up and then you'll blame the recipe, even though it's probably you. But if you know technique, you can do in-home substitutions. You can say, okay, well, I don't have flour, but I can use cornstarch. But because I know the technique, I know not to use the same amount of cornstarch.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I'm not going to teach you a recipe, because the recipe is just instructions.
Maybe just teach you some tricks of the trade.
Exactly.
Nice.
Enough to where you can free will, unless you're fucking baking. If you're baking, it's science.
Yep.
It's science. It's like cooking meth. You got to do it the right way, or you're going to blow up your RV. God damn it.
And I am not Heisenberg.
I'm the baker.
That's her job. She makes my special cookies for me.
And that's why I don't bake. It's too exacting. I am never been a measure twice, cut once kind of guy. I have just become converted to the weight versus volume measuring thing. I just did a video about that with my son.
Oh, it's such a fucking ordeal. Yep.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
Nice. Dude, that's awesome, man. So good luck to you. I hope it creates off. And if you ever need anything from us, man, you're always more welcome to help fucking hop on here and fucking promote away, brother.
I would love taste testers, food cook-off contestants.
And if you need to know about smoking barbecue or doing all that.
Oh, we're doing a smoking series. I'm getting a new smoker here in a couple weeks.
Done fucked up AA, Ron. You want to go at it? What do you want to do?
You want to do a pork butt off?
Dude, you have no idea what you were biting off right now.
I am from the South. Fucking Midwest barbecue's bullshit.
Okay.
With your sauces and your sugary nonsense. No, get out of here. Your ribs are fantastic. There is a reason they're called St. Louis style ribs. Those are the only ribs I'll eat. But if we talk pulled pork, we'll talk pulled pork.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with it. I'm about to fly out to judge or
So you
something.
have chosen death.
And especially now that I've quit drinking, I am gonna sit 18 hours and make sure my pulled pork is fine,
He
rather
does
than
the
falling
same thing.
asleep halfway through.
No, he does the same thing.
Do you want me to do it hot and fast? Do you want me to do it low and slow? Do you want me to do which way you want me to do this? I can do mini dip. You want me to do it in a Weber? Do you want me to do it in a filing cabinet? How you want me to smoke this?
Oh, I forgot about the filing cabinet.
However, if you got some jury rig thing, that is awesome.
Would you like me to do it my pull behind trailer smoker? Do you want me to do it my over under smoker to behind my house?
This is John right now, just flopping it out on the table.
No, I'm not. I'm not even.
Pull
Listen,
behind smoker. Get out of here with that
hey,
shit.
this isn't even me
I wish
flopping
we
it
still
out.
had
You're
my-
just seeing the tip.
Yeah, I wish
You
I still
don't-
had my
you
barrel smoker.
Or
Fucking
just
hell.
seeing the tip, sir.
And
of
see, then
the-
again, then that goes back into the recipe versus technique versus equipment thing. Like
Well-
you can have a $4,000 pull behind smoker. If you're fucking using briquettes in it, it's still gonna suck. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's about the technique. And I'm
Okay.
not saying you do that. I don't know how you do it.
So
But I'm
here's
saying that-
here's a little thing. We did a barbecue competition, 4 or 5 years ago,
Something like that.
and we literally showed up with the most ghetto equipment known to man. All these other people had like sleep-in trailers and pull behinds, and we're sitting out there in a tent, a covered tent,
We have 3 pop-up tents,
an Oklahoma Joe.
an Oklahoma Joe, 2 filing cabinet side smokers. Like you pick up like the Dayglow at Home Depot's for $150. Yeah, 2 of those. We have 2 pop-up tents and
an actual tent.
and an actual tent that we slept in. Oh, by the way, it was freezing fucking cold and
And
raining.
it was raining.
That sounds
But
amazing.
We did not have the equipment that matched all these other people.
They laughed at us. Everyone in there
They were
laughed.
laughing
They're
until they tried the food, and the guys were like, "There's no way you did this on the equipment that you have." And he's like, "Yeah, sure did."
When everybody, so here, long story real quick. The guy in front of us was the #1 brisket. The guy on the side of us was #1 pulled pork. The guys 2 up were #1 chicken. Everyone came over to see what the fuck we were doing. They were all vending. We were the only ones we were there just for the competition to drink beer and have fun. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. We're just there to party. Let's try this out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Everyone came over and tried our food. The guy that tried our brisket went, "All right, man, cool. Looks like I finally lost this week." Or he fucking walked off. I went, okay. The guy who won pulled pork came over, tried the pulled pork, and was just like, didn't say nothing. Threw a beer can as far as he could, told me to go fuck myself, and walked off. The guy who ate my ribs was like, "Oh, bro, hook that up." We came in dead fucking last in every category. Because we didn't do competition barbecue, we did our barbecue. There's two different things.
We make our own sauces.
2 different things. We
Yeah.
didn't know this. We didn't know there's 2 different things. I didn't know they were looking for the best McDonald's cheeseburger. So, fast forward 3 weeks, we go and vend for the very first time. My buddy talks me into go vending for the first time at a bar. This lady's looking for a vendor. We go and fucking vend there.
Yeah.
We blast it on fucking Facebook and everything like that. Smoking Biscuit Barbecue. We're going to be at Red's Tavern, blah, blah, blah. 4 of the 8 judges coming by barbecue from us that weekend. I got in a fucking pissing contest with 2 of them in the parking
Is that
lot.
the guy that walked behind us and was looking at the room?
Yeah. And me and him, like, "Hey, man," he goes, because I didn't have the pull behind smoker at the time. I think it was actually 2 months after the fucking, not 2 weeks, fast forward 2 months. So 2 months. I finally buy the pull behind smoker. This dude fucking gets me. We get into it. He goes, "You guys had the best barbecue there, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be honest with you." I'm like, "Then why didn't we win?" Well, and then he starts telling me, and me and him get arguing about the STL barbecue rules and everything like that. I actually talked to an owner of a very established barbecue franchise here in St. Louis about the rules here. And he started laughing. He goes, "Yep, I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying."
I hope you talk to who I think you're talking to.
We'll talk offline. I'll talk offline about it.
I love that dude. That dude is awesome.
He was like, dude, he goes, that's pretty funny. He goes, it's fucking hilarious. So, all right, we're running a little over on time. So, telling stories.
Jamie.
All right, Jamie has somewhere to be. So, let's get into some trivia for the weird ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, if you're new here, we like to do we have this weird trivia game. You're going to learn some things and you might want to bleach your brain afterwards. So, all right, Zach, since you're a guest here, you get to go first, answer first.
Oh, goody.
And then we'll go Jamie, then my wife. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 1. And I kind of found some of these since I knew you're coming on. A lot of these are geared towards food. I think like the
good.
first
I get
5.
to show what a fucking idiot I am. That's awesome.
So we get a lot of these are geared. I think
like,
the first
this guy
5.
doesn't know shit. I'm not going to listen to his podcast. Fuck.
So I think the first 5 are. So question number 1: how many animals are killed annually to stuff your face?
Wow.
Is it A, 1.5 billion? Is it B, 800 billion? C, 72 billion? Or D, 23 billion animals? Zach.
I'm going to go D, 23 billion.
Yeah,
Young Jamie.
I'm going D.
D, 23?
I'm gonna go C just to be different.
Well, so
Wait, does that include like fish and shrimp
it
and
just says
lobsters?
animals across the board.
Okay, well,
So you guys want to
I went C. Yeah.
Babe, I'm glad you chose something differently because you are right. It is
Yeah.
C. It's
Oh,
I didn't think about the
72
fish.
billion.
The fish.
You-
That's a lot of fish.
That's where I come in.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
why
like,
I was like,
I figure
you're-
fish,
As
shrimp, lobster.
soon as she goes,
Yeah.
is that including fish? You both went, oh.
I want to know who's out there counting the fucking shrimp. Because I guess that's
And
gotta
I was-
include like
I wa-
clams
I was-
and stuff too.
I was going down to crickets and stuff also. I was just like, well,
Yeah.
Insects.
Yeah.
Man, that
That's-
seems light now that when you think about it.
Yeah.
I wonder how many humans are included in that.
Oh my. Okay.
All right, James. Just got to take it there, don't you? Just
Jamie,
gotta-
we have tattoos. They won't eat us. We taste like shit.
Yeah.
So
I saw that the
Long-
other day. I think, did you post that?
Yeah.
Long pig is an acquired taste, so I hear.
Yep.
What is it? Long pig? Is that what they
Long
call it?
pig. Yeah.
Oh.
Long pig.
Yeah.
All right,
interesting.
question number 2. Be careful not to eat any honey from the Himalayan honeybee. It'll cause A, explosive diarrhea, B, hallucinations, C, a swollen tongue, or D, your skin to glow in the dark.
Where are Himalayas again?
It's where the Everest is at. Mount Everest. It's Nepal. Are we back in Nepal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
So I think I got my answer.
What was A?
Where are the Himalayans?
A was explosive diarrhea.
We're gonna.
According
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna go with
PBS,
A.
the
I'm gonna
Himalayas
go with
stretch
A.
across the northeastern portion of India.
There
They
you go.
cover approximately
So yes.
1,500 miles and pass through the nations of India.
Sorry, that's. Oh, I forgot that was connected. You guys can
Yeah.
hear that. My bad. I forget my phone's connected now, man. It's new. I got new technology. We just learned something.
Jamie, what you got?
Jamie,
Tripping.
So hallucination.
hallucinations. You always want to be hallucinating, don't you?
I'm gonna go.
Well, I think I know this one.
Okay.
What'd you go with, baby?
I went with D. Glowing
D.
skin. Why not?
I hope it's glowing sin, but it's not. It's B, hallucinations.
God damn it.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Because I was just talking about getting this stuff with Haven yesterday because I want to try it.
See, and my over smart ass was like, it's the Himalayas. They can't have bees. It's too cold. So where's none of the above? Because they don't exist. And I'm an idiot.
So
I'm wrong.
they live in the side of a mountain.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
like under
these
cliff
bees
edges.
build their hives like hundreds of feet up in the air. And these tribal members with no ropes, no nothing, will fucking scale the mountain and go harvest the honey.
Must be a pretty good trip then. Shit.
What is
Yeah.
in the honey that will make you go?
I can't remember what the compound is. It's some just like native alkaloids and stuff like that. It's nothing like DMT or anything that's like super psychoactive. It's just local alkaloids from plants and stuff that add up to hallucinations.
Nice. All right. Question number 3. If you love the taste of Brussels sprouts, you're in the minority. Do you know what gives vegetables their bitter taste? Is it A, tiny bugs being burned during cooking? B, bleach? C, sodium nitrate? Or D, cyanide? I just said that correctly, right? I'll make sure my fucking cyanide. Zach, you look confused, buddy. You're the food guy here. And you haven't got one right.
Bitter taste.
What gives
vegetables the bitter taste?
Their bitter taste. I'll make sure my wife reads it since I don't know how to enunciate real well.
If you love the taste of Brussels sprouts, you're in the minority. Do you know what gives the vegetables their bitter taste?
Tiny bugs being burned during cooking, bleach, sodium nitrate,
or cyanide.
Sodium nitrate.
James.
Cyanide.
I went with tiny bugs burning.
Are you just wishful thinking on the tiny bugs burning?
It just made me giggle, and I could picture like steaming some carrots, and the bugs are like, "How do we sleep while the bed?"
Man, food guy, you suck at this game because it's cyanide. Jamie, you are correct.
Not cyanide. That's bullshit. It's sulfur.
Because apples produce cyanide inherently.
Right.
And same with pineapples,
which are not Brussels sprouts.
But
the bitter compounds in sprouts are caused by sulfur compounds, just like onions and the allium family. That's why they burn your eyes.
Boy, food guy, you're terrible at this game.
Your fucking cards are terrible at this game.
Hey, listen, don't judge, don't hate the cards because you don't know your own food.
Cards are God. Cards are God.
I was also thinking of pineapple because in the stem it has cyanide. That's why your tongue goes numb whenever you eat it.
Why are you eating pineapple stems? You eat the yellow part, idiot. Come on.
Or it's the center. It's the center of the yellow.
Oh, the core?
The core.
Yeah, the core either.
Listen.
See, this is the kind of people I need to reach. Teach basic shit like don't eat apple seeds.
I've been to culinary
They're full of cyanide.
Okay, listen.
You're still eating pineapple cores? Come on.
For the numb.
Listen. Clearly,
rub it on your dick.
You haven't listened to the podcast and heard the things that we do here.
Apparently not. I need to start being a better listener. I only listened to last week's. I'm behind the curve.
I recommend the chicken slap episode.
That was just for you.
Okay.
I'm
making notes.
So you might want to go back and listen to that one. There's a
the who hurt you episode.
You need to go to that one too. I think that one. All right. There's a long list. What are we on?
4.
And how many does food guy have?
0.
Jesus Christ.
I got 3.
2.
Ringing endorsement.
2.
Yep. Clearly, you might want to do some homework for your own podcast.
Here's the point where I should say I literally only know things that Alton Brown and J. Kenji Lopez and Babish have taught me.
And Maddie Matheson.
Yeah.
Oh no! Fuck that dude.
What? Dude. Is that the burger guy?
I love Maddie Matheson.
Is that the burger guy?
You gotta watch the skinnier Australian version of Maddie Matheson. That's what I reckon.
All right. Question number 4. Hold it right there. In Oklahoma, there is a law against peeing in the shower, biting someone else's burger, honking a car horn at strangers, or doing push-ups before noon. A, peeing in the shower. B, biting someone else's burger. C, honking at a car at a stranger. Or D, doing push-ups before noon.
Honking a horn at a stranger. Who knows?
I'm going honking also because it's basically illegal here.
I'm gonna go and say
vehicular harassment.
Peeing in the shower.
How would there be a law against peeing? It's actually healthy to pee in the shower.
I don't even want to get on this discussion, but I don't know.
Kills athlete's foot, apparently, isn't that?
Yeah, it does. A natural way to cure athlete foot. Food guy's terrible again. I set you up for this one.
Foot?
I really did set you because it's the only one
it's burger.
biting someone else's burger.
God damn it! I thought that too. Shit.
I literally I'm like, just in case. I'm gonna warn him and say the first 5 questions are about food. I'm going to sneak this one in here on number 4 to see if he'll catch it.
I hope Slipknot makes a song about that.
Biting someone else's burger.
Yeah.
Don't bite my burger.
Just heard Iowa.
Dude, that would be my dad. My dad would be like, don't
Yeah.
bite my burger.
Oh, God.
That burger is mine.
Especially at Max Local Eats on the Donut Burger Sunday.
Ugh,
Have you
those,
tried-
those seem too much to me.
Dude, fucking delicious. Delicious. You need to try it.
I think
It's
for a
amazing.
certain type of person.
No, even everybody.
My
says the
dad,
same
my
thing.
dad was leery, and they took him to get one, and he was like, he was talking to it as he ate it.
He kissed the empty container
Yeah.
goodbye
He kissed
as
it,
he
and he's
threw it
like,
in the trash
"I'll
can,
see
saying,
you
"I will
next
see
week,
you
big
next
guy."
week."
Yeah.
Is it about like the Krispy Kreme bacon cheeseburger? Like
So
with
they
the
go to
donuts
Pharaoh's.
and
They go
bun?
to Pharaoh's Donuts on Sundays at Max Local Eats up on Oakland and St. Louis, Missouri. You can go on there Sunday. They have the donut burger. They go to Pharaoh's Donuts, which is a local donut shop they partnered with. They get their glazed donuts. They cut them in half. They put as many smashed patties on there. They're 2-ounce smashed patties that they do I recommend a double cheese
Yeah.
donut burger with some rip fries.
The only one.
Wait. Breakfast style with the farm
Egg.
fresh egg and
Yep.
bacon on it.
It's all local.
It's
like
all local. It's
great.
so fucking
yeah.
good. So
The only one I ever had was at not Grayson Stadium, the Grizzlies Stadium here in Saint Ballet.
yeah, so
Freaking awful. It was awful.
this is so good. So
Yeah, I see myself having a bite or two and then just being like,
I think the one at GSC Park where the Grizzlies play is overrated because it's a goddamn Krispy Kreme donut.
I like Krispy Kreme.
They're dog shit. You
I
cannot
will.
franchise
I'm from
donuts.
Jacksonville. I'm from Jacksonville.
All right, we're changing. Go on. Question number 5.
I feel you, Jamie. I got you. I grew up in
A
Savannah. I know
we
about
we will
Krispy
have a
Kreme.
discussion
Exactly.
later.
It's important there.
A Seattle woman drank a warm glass of this daily to clear her acne as well as her complexion. A,
Acetone.
dog piss. B, breast milk. C, chicken grease. D, a placenta cocktail.
That one makes more sense to me.
Food guy. Zach, what's up?
Placenta cocktail.
Jamie.
Breast milk.
Wife.
I picked placenta.
You're all wrong.
Dog piss.
It is
Dog
dog piss.
Motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Why?
It is dog
At
piss.
least with the placenta and the breast milk, she didn't have to collect it from somebody else or something else.
I wouldn't know how she collected it.
Right?
That's the most
I
intriguing
don't think
part
that's
of
the
this.
question. I think you just follow a dog around with a bucket.
What kind of dog's been tall enough to pee in a bucket though? Like what
The
kind
one
of
that's on
bucket?
the
got one
couch.
behind them.
Oh yeah.
That one.
That's a Great Dane.
Oh yeah, Great Dane for sure. Yeah.
But she's a female, so she squats to piss. So good luck trying to get that in a bucket.
Like, do you think she like built a contraption that like will drain it? Dog that's trained her
I
dog
don't
to
Yeah,
pee
it's
there?
like a cow milking system. It's like a tube and some suction cups or
Jeez.
an IV bag or something, you know.
Something, I guess. I have no idea.
Okay.
All right, on what's the score, baby?
Jamie's got 2. I got 1. Food guy has none.
Food guy. Jesus, food guy. All right, food guy. Hey,
Fucking no.
you got all 5 of the food questions wrong.
They were food adjacent. Let's be fair.
We did chase it, yeah.
Just saying. They're
If it would
terrible.
have been what's the commercial term for cannibalism, would have gotten that one fucking right.
Yeah.
Long pig. Come on.
Hey, I'm just saying, not very good at your job. All right, question number 6. If you've listened to our podcast, you know the answer to this. So if you get this wrong, shame on you. Jamie, I think this might have been right before you or right when you got here. Sisters Martine and Louise Falkins got into the business of having sex for money at the age of 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And both retired in their 70s. The pair estimated they have had sex with how many men over the years? A, 25,000. B, 355,000, C, 124,000, or D, 91,000?
Memory
B.
don't fail me now.
B,
How many is B?
355,000.
Fuck, it was like 5 a day almost, wasn't it? When we did the math, it was like 5 a day or some shit.
Yeah, we did
for 40 hours a week. Like if you're working
in a
5 days,
shit ton of years because they're 70.
Yeah, when we I actually I want to say this is similar. This is two different ladies because these were twin sisters. What we talked about.
Oh yeah,
we talked about the twin sisters in Amsterdam that were doing.
Yeah. That's what I thought of.
But I referenced these ladies in that story.
I don't know then.
So 15 times 50, let's say that times
so many dicks.
Right, it is a metric shit ton of dick. Like that's just, and now you're doing dick math. Like that.
Yeah, like I'm saying 15 dicks a week. So probably 15 a week for what, 60 years it was or some shit?
God, I
or
love dick math.
50, about a half century.
So 50 times 50 times 15.
Dick math.
I'm gonna go with 91.
Okay.
Or the 90, whatever.
I went 355,000.
Two of you are correct because it's 355,000.
Fuck! I'm on the board.
Look at Food Guy. Didn't know anything about food, but he knows dicks.
I know dick. He knows dick.
It's okay, Jamie. He was in the Navy. You can crack these jokes, man. I knew this about Food Guy.
I am 100% okay with it.
You know,
the 15 is a low ball. 15 a week is 37.
Dick glass.
Oh, that's
number
so much.
7.
Yeah, that's so
she
many
was
dicks.
taking like 10 dicks a day.
Yeah, the twins that we were talking about, I think were up to like 15 dicks a day for 22 years. For 22 years straight.
Henry Ford is up there clapping for the dick assembly line production value and efficiency.
Think about that. These are twin sisters that did 50. I think it was 15 dicks a day for 22 years straight. That's without
the work ethic.
That's without a date off.
No man could do that. I would venture to say no man could do that.
Not even close. That's so many dicks. Okay.
Dehydration.
7. This type of plastic surgery saw a 217.3% increase over the last 5 years.
Oh boy.
Is it A, male breast removal? B, vagina lifts? C, penis enlargements? Or D, breast implant removal?
Breast implant removal.
Pussy lift.
You're gonna say vagina
It's
lift?
one of those two. I'm pretty sure it's one of those two.
Badge lift.
I'm pretty sure it's pussy lift.
It's a pussy lift, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's called a labiaplasty.
Labiaplasty.
It's because it's pretty much only become popular because of porn.
Because porn is in HD now.
Everybody wants the innie. Nobody wants the outie.
Yep.
No one wants to see the ape hangers no more, huh?
And pretty much everyone I've heard, like medical wise, talk about it. They're like, "Why are you doing this? Guys don't give a fuck. You're giving them a hole. Why would they care?"
Because of porn.
Yeah, it's like
because
only females are the ones that think it's gonna do something for them. It's like, no, we don't care.
I mean, every once in a while, you do want to see the good fucking roast beef curtains just
the Elsa.
flapping
You need
in the
to
wind.
see the Elsa Jean, like the Elsa Jean, just like vacuum suction. And you can't get that if you go for the full innie.
John Leguizamo had a stand-up about this when he goes, "I lost my virginity. That lady unrolled her vagina. It looked like a bat wing. She was like, oh, no! She goes, when we got done, she flapped out the window." All right, question number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Not scared by a dirty job. How do you say her name? What's that name?
Mandalorian.
Madeline Albright.
How'd you
Madeline.
come up with an N?
I don't know. I'm an idiot. That's why I worked over 15 years as a professional A, adult diaper reviewer, B, foot and armpit sniffer,
Ugh.
C, fart analyst specialist. I could have been that earlier. D, cat butt photographer. Is a cat butt photographer a real job? Like we learned earlier today that a drug dealer is in West Virginia.
I'm only going with 2.
Which one are you thinking?
Either butthole or
you know what?
sniffer.
Hold on, let's go to food guy here. Food guy, you only have one, right? What's up?
Armpit sniffer. I know that's a real job, but I
know that's a real job. Yeah.
Foot and armpit sniffer is a real job.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's a deodorant tester.
Yeah.
Okay. James?
I think I'm going with that one also because I don't want to say cat hole porn photography.
I'm gonna go
job.
cat butthole photographer.
She was an armpit sniffer, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
look at you guys.
A foot and armpit sniffer.
Which then just like leads itself into Secretary of State jokes, and yeah, it just makes a whole lot of sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it? Wasn't she Secretary of State under Clinton?
Yeah.
That explains so much now.
Oh, I had no idea who the woman was.
Madeleine Albright? Yep.
Yeah, no idea.
Yep. She was Secretary of State. There you go. That's all you need to know. All right. Question number 8.
9.
9, sorry. In 2016, a British woman went to a doctor with severe stomach cramps. Surgeons ended up removing this from her stomach.
Dildo.
A 14-pound ball of hair. A small doll head she swallowed as a kid. C, a rubber band ball. Or D, a 10-pound tumor.
10-pound tumor.
Rubber band ball sounds interesting.
James, you want a rubber band ball?
Yeah.
I'm going 14 pounds of hair.
Isn't that one of those like
It's a condition.
you consumed your twin or something while you're in the fetus?
There is a medical term for it. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but like girls that like twirl their hair or put their hair in their mouth, they end up swallowing it and it accumulates
you
into.
Mean our daughter?
Pika?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that kind of like pica where you eat chalk?
Yeah, pica, yeah.
Or pica?
Yep.
It could. It is a
hair.
14-pound ball of hair.
Jesus. How does the hair not get dissolved though? Because it's it would be just with your stomach acid, you would think, right? That's wild.
Do you dissolve fingernails when you eat them?
I hope so.
I stopped doing that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I might chew on my nails every once in a while, but I don't eat my fucking
I don't swallow
fingernails.
them
Yeah,
anymore.
that's fucking.
I say that because I have a 6-year-old who chews on his hands.
Yeah,
So I hope,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, I hope that he dissolves them because I don't want to deal with that.
Or you have a
Spiky turds.
spiky turds.
Yeah.
Number 10.
What's the score,
Me
baby?
and Jamie are tied. Food guy has 2.
You have 2,
4.
and Jamie and you have
4.
4. So comes down maybe to a tiebreaker here. In 2009, doctors operated on YOLO.
Artem Sidorkin.
Thinking he had a cancerous tumor, whatever this guy is, thinking he had a cancerous tumor that needed removing. Instead, doctors found A baseball-sized hairball, B, a medical instrument from a previous surgery, C, a plastic fork, or D, a fern tree growing in his lungs. Zach, you look confused and look absolutely disgusted. Please.
A tree? Was that a tree?
A fern tree,
Yeah.
a fern tree growing in his lungs. That's what one of
Sure,
the
fuck
options
it.
are.
Let's go with tree. That's not completely at all possible, but who knows? Why not? Tree.
James,
Yeah, I'll go with that.
you going with tree?
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm going to go with B, a medical instrument from a previous surgery.
The answer is
Oh, it's a tree.
he had a tree growing inside him.
What?
Listen, We have tried many times to debunk this game with Google.
Yep.
Every time we are batting 0.
I'm assuming
Google's
he
batting
lived-
this game is batting 1,000.
He lived somewhere where
In a
he
moisture.
breeds in some like seedlings or some shit from a
Okay.
tree, and the moisture in his lung caused it to sprout and went from there.
Okay.
That's the only way I could think of it
That's
as well.
From a medical standpoint, that's the only thing I can see.
And
That
yeah,
tracks.
so he got a fur pore.
He
was breathing it, a spore.
He's inhaling
Holy
it, not
shit.
knowing.
You're
Yeah.
looking
Look at the
did you-
fucking X-ray.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it's Russia.
Oh Jesus!
That's
Oh
another
my
fucking
God.
Christmas tree inside that dude.
Yep.
Wow.
He's got a Charlie Brown tree. Fuck yeah.
So winner James.
Jamie with 5.
Jamie, you got half of them correct. Wife, you with 4. Food guy with Zach, you just 3, and you got none of the food questions right. And I even lobbed
Food
one in there.
adjacent. Food adjacent.
And I even lobbed one in there for you because the only answer had to deal with food, and you
That
still
one
dodged it.
I'm mad about. That one I'm gonna fall asleep tonight.
Yep, just think you should fall asleep mad about that one. So, but Zach, real quick, man, tell everyone they can find you on Twitter's, all the handles, and all at your podcast and all that good stuff. We're gonna wrap things up.
I am at Foodball Pod. That's FOODBALLPOD on Instagram and Twitter. And I am on all of your podcast listening favorites. Just look for Foodball Podcast.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wife,
Yo.
anything before we got our last wrap up?
Scentsy, scented with a twist at scentsy.us.
Cankle_eater on Twitter.
Nom, nom, nom. That's all I got.
Losers_loss on Twitter, loss_loser_podcast on Instagram. You can lostloserspodcast@gmail.com. You can also go to our Patreon channel. $5 a month, ladies and gentlemen, help support our podcast. That's where you will get the LLP Sunday playlist. You'll get all the story time. We're going to do the live hardcore episode coming in May. We got to pick a date still for that. So that should be probably end of May, beginning of June, probably that time frame, ladies and gentlemen. We get that wrapped up together. What do you think, James?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so we'll have that live episode on our Patreon, but of course, LLP Sunday playlist. You'll get all that there. And hit the subscribe button if you're watching on Rumble, YouTube, and everywhere else. If you're fucking listening on Spotify or Apple, leave us a 5-star review. All right, and our last piece of advice, dude. I love this guy. He gave us some words of advice one time, and it's our last. And I want a little bit more from for our good friends out there.
Black King.
This is for the black men on TikTok. Don't let your girl watch Batman. The only Dark Knight Rising she should be watching is yours. Stay up, kings.
Oh my God.
Thanks for listening.
Good one.
We love you. Have a good one, and goodbye.